Hello, good evening, everybody. It has been a while since I made any long form videos. The last one was my mom and I planting garlic, which would have been at the beginning of November. So if this is the first time we're meeting, hi, hello, my name is Alex. I'm so glad to see you here. Today we are right now planting onions. I have already today rearranged my entire gardening room, and after we're done planting the onions I will show you that. I also have a box to open. I do know what's in it, but you're gonna have to wait. But first, right now, I do have this to open with you. It is already open so that I could make sure it is what I ordered. But I ordered a new kind of onion. It is the Calabra onion. I got this from High Mowing Organic Seed. So this Calabra onion is a hybrid variety that is supposed to do really well in storage and even get sweeter as you store it. It is an intermediate day onion that is supposed to do really well in my area. I found this through Brie Ellis. She has a YouTube channel that I watch, obviously, and she grew these, I think, the last 2 years in a row and had really good yields and success with them. So I wanted to try, so I went ahead and put an order in, and I'm planting those today. I have already planted some Australian brown onions and some yellow of Parma onions. I thought I'd skip the boring part and just show you planting these ones, the new ones. I planted them all the same way. I filled these containers. They're all 6-cell containers, but these two are just a little bit bigger. That's just what I had on hand. So I'm going to plant all of these ones with the Calabra onion. I just destroyed this seed packet. I really didn't mean to, but it happens sometimes, I guess. So all I did was fill these 6 cells with soil. I did not pre-moisten it. A couple of them had already been in other trays, so like this one and I think this one are both moist already, but in general, I didn't pre-moisten the soil. I'm going to bottom water them once I have all of the onions planted. That way I don't have to worry about seed displacement on the top, meaning if I was to like take a watering can after putting these seeds in the soil and just pour it directly on top, then the dry soil won't just soak up the water. It'll move around, and that could potentially move the seed that you put in the soil, and you don't want that. You want it to stay where you put it. So I'm going to bottom water since I didn't pre-moisten the soil. I'm going to put 2 seeds in each cell just for germination purposes, and then I'm going to thin one later on once they all actually germinate, so that there's only 1 per cell when they're actually growing. This is only my 2nd year growing onions, and last year I let the onions sit in the cells like this for way too long, and I still got a decent yield of onions for my first time growing them. So this year I'm hoping to do even better. I got these seeds based on a recommendation from Brie Ellis, as well as I'm probably going to follow a good portion of her onion growing schedule, I guess you would call it. She lives in Kansas, which is a little bit more north than me. So I can change it just by a couple of weeks, or maybe not even change it depending on my weather. And we basically have the same climate. The timing is a little bit different, but how the weather actually acts is about the same. She gets a little bit more wind, but it's close enough that I can calibrate my growing based on hers. So I'm going to. Now I'm just gonna cover them over with some of the soil from the edges. Depending on how that goes, I might get a little handful of soil and cover them a little bit. The big ones will for sure be enough. Okay, there we have planted the first seeds of 2025. And these are all the onions that I will be planting. They will be growing inside until around the first week of March-ish, when I will put them out in the garden, where they will grow until around June, maybe July. Technically, I'm starting them a little later than I wanted to. I wanted to start them on the 1st. Today is the 7th, but that's within a week, so I can't be that mad. That's decent. That's decent. Technically, the days are getting longer now until we reach spring, even though it doesn't feel like it. I don't know about you guys, but for here in southern Missouri, it feels like January hit and all of a sudden the winter weather is on its way. There was a very large storm system, and I was lucky to only receive like not even measurable amounts of snow, but quite a bit of rain. But I know a lot of people did get snow, so my thoughts go out to those people who did get a lot of snow, because I am not one who loves the cold very much. We usually don't get a ton of snow here, but when we do get snow or ice, it is in January and February. So I am prepared for the worst these next couple of months. Okay, so I do have this box to open. We shall open it together. So obviously, if I'm growing this many plants inside and starting onions from seed inside and planning to keep them inside until March, then I need lights for them. So I have this metal wire rack shelf just behind me. Technically, I'm under a grow light right now, but I don't know if you can see all these plants right here at the bottom and around. Like, there's not room in here. So I needed something that could go on a small shelf like that. So I went on Amazon. Apparently, I'm going to unintentionally continually talk about Brie Ellis in this video, because these are also lights that are recommended by her, the ones that she uses in her basement to grow her seedlings, and her seedlings always look so good. So these were in my price range and seemed to do well, so I thought that's what I would get. They're like those little strip like bars of light that I'm gonna put on the underneath of this wire shelf. I don't know why I'm just talking about it and not showing it to you. It's kind of rude of me. So the brand is Barina, is how I would say it, I guess. They are a T5 grow light, and they're like a pinkish white shade. It comes with 8 of them. And here they are. Just LED T5 full spectrum grow lights. 8 of them, and those are actually longer than I thought. I got the 18-inch, so I don't know why I held up this big. Whatever. So these are like daisy chain plug and play, meaning I only have to use one outlet and they all hook together, like chain together. So I'll use one outlet, plug it into this light, and it'll be there. And then there's a plug that goes from this end of this light up to the next plug, and they have individual on-off switches, and there's a little switch on the cord, so you can turn this on and it'll turn on all of the lights, and then if you don't want all of them on, you can individually turn the bars off. It also comes with zip ties, which is very handy. I thought I was gonna have to find some, so that's pretty cool. Let's get it set up. Just because maybe you'll be entertained, that's where you guys were sitting. I was filming with you guys from inside of my grow tent, so that's cool. Let me give you a look around the room, since I just spent 3 hours reorganizing and cleaning it today. So let's go to the entrance. It's a little messy right now since I'm filming and just open boxes and stuff, but we've got the snaky tank, which is soon to be upgraded. I have its upgrade picked out and a fund set aside and slowly growing for me to upgrade them to not only individual tanks, but larger tanks with better things on the inside. Then we have the little guy, Yoma, the leopard gecko. We've got Taka's cage right here, obviously. There's a bunch of gross stuff on top of it, but it goes inside that container, which is where I've been taking my soil out of, so I just set those on top. When I'm done using the soil, I'll put those back in there and close that up. So then on the other side of the room, which is right next to the door, we've got Pico's cage. Hi, little Pico. And then my desk. Just next to the desk is what you just saw behind me, which is 2 shelves that are for plants. One shelf, like the corner shelf, that's for like just stuff, storage. I do really enjoy this corner here with one big coleus. This is the newest plant that I've gotten. It's a Monstera. It's not in the best of condition yet, but I just got it. Traveled with it from Virginia back to here, waited a few days, and then planted it into here. So it is living and bouncing back. It's doing good. And I just noticed today, actually, that I think there's a new leaf about to come off of it. That makes me so happy. We got a tiny little snake plant in here, bigger snake plant here with some moss on it, and then this Burpee Seeds 1988 like poster. It says London, England, Cannon Street down on the bottom, and also Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the 2 like main branches of Burpee at that time. And I just think that's amazing. My love bug found that for me at a thrift shop. This is just a little empty reptile tank. I use that to put Yoma in, the leopard gecko, when I clean his tank. My ponytail palm, and the entire grow tent. Let me zoom out a little. There you go. The entire grow tent just full of stuff. You can see where I have this tray that I was just using is the only open space in the bottom, because this little stool is what it is that I have it on, actually goes underneath this plant. So yeah, I rearranged everything, and I think it'll be much more efficient for me to use now, and also much easier for me to take videos in here for you guys with like the distance that I have between this shelf in front of me and all this stuff behind me. I can set you guys on little spots like that and be able to take you along easier. So that'll be awesome. Now let's get these grow lights put onto this shelf. I chose this shelf because I like that the tiers get further apart. So like when the seedlings first sprout and they need really intense light, they can be up here. And then when they get a little bigger, they can be down here. I think this one is even a little bit further away than this one is, so then when they get big like this, they can be down there. So we are going to pre-place these. Oh, they're perfect length for this shelf. Do I want to have another shelf for seedlings or put an extra light on 2 of the shelves? I really need the extra light. I guess I'm gonna have another rack for seedlings. I didn't obviously, you can't see that. Obviously with what's on the bottom there, I didn't intend to use that one for seedlings. I honestly thought that this was coming with 6, but then I read the box that it came with 8. So I guess we're having another seedling shelf, which I am not upset about at all. There's this cord that actually has the outlet plug on it, which actually I think I'm going to have to steal that extension. Three-hold thing and a 3-hold cord. And you just plug it right in. Easy peasy. this one a little closer to the front than this one because I think it would be better now that I see it on there. Okay guys, here it goes. We're gonna try and turn them on. Ta-da! Yay! That's awesome. Oh, those actually look really good on camera. That's great. That's amazing. Let me go get some scissors. Thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I'm just chopping these off. But I was about to say, also, I figured out that from here to there is definitely further than from here to here because the cord barely reaches all the way, but it was perfectly long enough. So that just goes to show that I picked the right shelf, which is amazing. These seedlings are actually going to go here. Gorgeous. And then, just so you can see how it'll look, I still need to water these. But at first, these will go up here so that they're closest to the lights. Then when they sprout and are a couple of inches tall, I'll move them down here. When they get even taller, move them down there. That's pretty awesome. Actually really happy with those. Those look nice. Yay! Okay guys, that's all I really have to show you for right now. I just wanted to get a little check-in, show you the new room setup, get those lights set up, and plant some onions. So I need to water those onions before I go to bed. It is almost midnight, just in case you were wondering. But planting onions and getting this room set up really does mark the beginning of seed starting season. Really, in a few weeks, I'll be starting peppers. It's already almost time to start peppers, and that is mind-boggling to me. And then just after pepper starting season, I have to get so much done because I'm going to vend again at the Tulip Festival this year. So that'll be really cool to have you guys come along and help me for. I'll try to get a better vlog at the actual Tulip Festival than I did this past year. So there is for sure a lot more garden content to be coming. I have tulip bulbs that I need to plant. All of these plants still need taken care of. I'm adding new seedlings every week. So yeah, it'll be fun. I really appreciate you guys coming along. I'm super glad that this room is set up for seed starting season. So thank you guys so much for being here, and I will see you all in the next one.